What's up, guys? First of all, I would just like to apologize for my lack of uploads this past year, basically, but it's been pretty rough since March with COVID. There hasn't really been any automotive-based shows, no new car shows, no Cars and Coffee. A lot of the car events were canceled, so I haven't really had a ton of YouTube quality content to put out there. So I didn't want to just put out some ramblings. I wanted to put out some cool stuff, but really nothing cool has happened lately. I sold my M4 way quicker than I thought, so I didn't really make any videos of that this past summer. I still haven't found the right cars that I was in the market for the channel. Like I said in my last video, I did buy this '08 Outback out of necessity, and it's been great so far. You know, it's somewhat boring to drive, but it's been super reliable. Definitely didn't need any work, so I've been enjoying it. I put a little over 1,000 miles on it so far, so that's almost as many miles as I put on the M4 the whole time I owned it. So, like the title of the video states, I did accidentally buy another car. Now, something I haven't talked about on the channel yet is, out of the 50 or so cars that I've owned, probably 25 or so were meant specifically to flip. So if you don't know what that means, is I buy a car for the right price. I either fix it and make money off it, or sometimes I just get it for the right price and it doesn't need any repairs, and I just sell it to someone else and make a profit. So if you know what you're looking for, what cars are worth, it's definitely a profitable business. But with the COVID, again, it's been rough because people aren't really in the market for buying anything or spending any money with all the unemployment and all that. But fortunately, as an automotive technician, my job was 100% necessary. I can't think of the word that they say, 100% needed. So I wasn't out of work at all. I just had 1 week where I made a little less hours than normal, so it wasn't too bad. So I've been fortunate to have a job that nobody got laid off or anything like that. So back to my story. I accidentally bought a car. About a week ago, I get a call from my cousin Jeff from New Jersey, who is also a huge automotive enthusiast. In fact, he is the president of the Garden State Corvette Club, and he has a real sweet Corvette. He has a BMW. He has a super awesome garage, and he's also a big contributor of pictures to my Instagram account. So, just all-around great guy. So he calls me up and he said, "Hey, I know you just bought a car, but a friend of mine is looking to just downsize his fleet of cars. They have 3 cars, they only need 2. They just want to get rid of this particular car without much hassle. Would I be interested?" And I said, "Well, I'm interested in buying any car if the price is right." So I get some more details on the car. It's a desirable car for a lot of people, especially in the snow belt. So I got some more information. I contacted the seller. We agreed to a price, which I thought was pretty great. So I'm on my way now to pick up my brother, and we're going to drive about 3 hours to Harrisburg, PA. The seller, he lives on the far east side out near Philly, but he agreed to meet me in Harrisburg, which was a big help for me. So that'll save me about 4 hours of driving. So my brother and I are going to roll out in the Outback. We're going to pick up this car, and then I'm going to introduce it to you when we get back. So stay tuned. Alright, so by now I'm sure you're probably wondering, what did Brian drive 6-hour round trip to buy that he didn't really need? Well, here it is. It's a 2010 Subaru Forester Premium. Yep, I bought another Subaru for really no particular reason. So this one's actually in really nice shape. It's a 2010. It's only got 88,000 miles, so that's really only 8,000 miles per year, which is pretty much on the low side. It's got some newer Pirelli tires on it. The body's in really good shape. There's only a few minor dings here and there, but really no kinds of big dents or scrapes or anything like that. It's a pretty decent color. It's like a dark gray. It's got the nice 5-spoke alloy wheels. So I was impressed with it when I went to pick it up, when I went to see it for the first time. So that the headlights are in good shape. The hood's not all chipped up. So overall, it's a really nice car. So let's check out the interior. So it's got all the power accessories, windows, locks, power mirrors, cruise control, radio controls on the steering wheel, which the Outback doesn't have, which I was kind of surprised. But this one does have a really big moonroof. The Outback has a pretty big one as well, but this one I think is even bigger. So it's pretty nice. This one does not have automatic climate control like the Outback, but it does have, you know, a replaceable radio with the Outback. It's all integrated, so you can't even really upgrade it. But overall, this car is in really nice shape, pretty clean. So I'm happy. I'm happy with it. I think it's gonna make the new owner very pleased. This pretty much has the same drivetrain as my '08 Outback, the 2.5 liter boxer engine that puts out 170 horsepower and 170 foot-pounds of torque, and it has the same 4-speed with overdrive transmission. All right, so now we're in the Forester, and I wanted to wait till I was almost home so I could give you a pretty good idea of what this car is all about. So I put about 250 miles on it since I picked it up in Harrisburg, and I have to say it runs fantastic. It's smooth, it's quiet, it's comfortable, everything works as it should, no weird noises, no vibrations, anything like that. So I think I did pretty well on, you know, what I paid for this vehicle and how good a condition it's in. It was a one-owner car. You know, they swapped it around throughout the same family, but technically one owner. I got all the maintenance records with it. It's got newer tires. I just was PA inspected. So the only two things that I could see that was going to require some attention in the somewhat near future is the right front sway bar end link is rattling. It's not broken, so it did pass inspection, but it's starting to make a little bit of noise over some bumps. And the rear brakes are on their way out, but like I said, it did pass inspection. So there's probably a couple thousand miles left on the rear brakes. So those two things I'll probably address before I do go to sell it. But I showed some pictures of it to my wife, and she's like, "Oh, you should totally keep the Forester and sell the Outback." And I'm like, "I'm selling them both because I wasn't in the market for either Subaru. They just kind of both fell on my lap. But I am still looking for that unicorn Mustang, and I actually found it 2 days ago in Ohio at a Dodge dealership. And the prices are still a little too high right now. But I was like, I've been looking way too long. I'm wasting my life sitting behind a computer looking at cars. I need to just buy one. So I called this dealership. It was the exact spec I was looking for. It was a Kona blue 401A package, leather interior, had the active valve exhaust, automatic transmission, performance pack 1, Magnarite suspension. So it had everything I was looking for. Sticker on it was like $53,000. They were asking $35,500, and I called them, and they were showing the car while I was talking to them, and then they ended up selling it, of course. So back to the drawing board on that. But the Tundras they're starting to trickle in now. They're still shipping 2020s, and they're starting to ship 2021s. So I was originally looking for a 2020, but I may end up getting a 2021 if I could find a blue one, which there's a bunch around now, but I cannot find any blue ones in Voodoo Blue or Cavalry Blue. So we're still hunting both those vehicles. So if you have a line on either one of those, please send them my way. So just out of curiosity, if you had the opportunity, or if you had a 2008 Legacy Outback Limited and also a 2010 Forester Premium in your possession, which car would you keep and why? But like I said, I'm pretty sure we're going to sell them both, whenever I find what I'm looking for, which could take a couple more months, who knows. But 100% essential, that's the word I was looking for earlier. My job as an automotive technician was 100% essential. Nobody I know in the automotive field really got laid off, and it's been business as usual for us. So very fortunate to have a profession like that. So keep that in mind. If you're looking for a new profession, if you know some people that got laid off, I'm telling you that the automotive profession, you will probably never get laid off because people will always need cars. So keep that in mind. So what I've been working with my new general manager about getting some reviews out on the Volkswagens and Subarus. So we've had a few talks, and are actually looking for someone to put the videos on their Facebook page. And I'm like, look, I'm going to make these videos regardless, so we could certainly put them on, the Facebook page or the website. And they were on board for that, but they're very busy people, so I've still been trying to iron that out completely and get the thumbs up to start doing the new car reviews at the Subaru dealership. As far as I know, Subaru hasn't come out with any groundbreaking stuff for 2021, but pretty soon Ford's going to have the Bronco Sport's going to come first, I believe. Then the Mustang Mach-E, the new F-150 is coming out, and then the Bronco. So there should be a lot of new stuff Ford related coming to the channel as soon as those hit the ground. So I'll definitely keep you posted on that. But yeah, I think I'm going to be able to make some money on this Forester, possibly make a couple bucks on the Outback, and then we'll have more money to put down on the Mustang, or use that money, for modifications on the Mustang and the Tundra. Granted, I buy both those vehicles here in the near future. So I know this probably isn't what you were looking for to watch, but I mean, this is pretty much all I got right now. So I'm sorry. I'm trying, guys. I'm really trying. So thanks for checking out my channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. Check out my Facebook page. If you're looking for some Pittsburgh views, merchandise, some t-shirts, or things like that, check out teespring.com. Have a great day.